Every time they have wars, of course, it helps to overcrowd the overcrowded cities of Europe, because they're overcrowded by mass immigration, because they have to bring in newcomers who will actually have children, because they have families, you see, from those countries that they're bringing in from. They actually believe in families and they have children. It's amazing, isn't it? Strange concept. And they have to bring them in all the time to pay off the national debt. That's what every country is telling you as they mix multiculturally the societies together to destroy the existing cultures. And that came out at Tony Blair's from his the assistant prime minister. He disclosed that in the papers a while ago. So they love these wars because these wars always start the refugees coming in from the countries that those same countries in the West are pounding with their air forces and their armies. It's guaranteed to get the people who've had enough and want to go to somewhere safer, and they see it as being the winners, those in the West are doing all the damage. So now they start arguing about the refugees coming in. It says the Eurostar migrants, North African refugees mass at the Paris gateway to Britain as Sarkozy and Berlusconi row about their open borders. Immigrants who have fled Tunisia say Britain is their only hope. They shouldn't say that, because unless they're bringing very long snorkels, because Britain's sinking under the weight of everybody. Anyway, Franco-Italian immigration problems come amid international business tensions and discord over Libya, etc., etc. So all this is driving immigrants into these countries. Despite immigrants fleeing the chaos in North Africa that the West is causing, and they're massing around the Eurostar terminal in Paris, prompting fears that they will head for Britain, which is the best welfare system yet. It's really, even yet, there's some people from certain countries coming over there who are taking incredible. One of them was living in a £40,000 per week house, paid for by the taxpayer. And he was claiming every benefit you can imagine, which the people who live there can't get these benefits. Certainly not at that kind of height anyway. Anyway, most are refugees from the recent revolution in Tunisia and the continuing conflict in Libya, who've arrived in Europe via Italy. Wait till it takes Syria out too, and in Iran, as just, up to 1,000 North Africans have set up temporary homes in squares surrounding the Gare du Nord, from which fast trains reach the UK in less than 2 hours. Almost all are complaining about harassment from the French authorities. They say their hopes of finding accommodation and jobs in France are next to nil. And Nicolas Sarkozy has pledged to do all he can to get rid of the migrants. Well, stop bombing them, eh? Stop bombing their countries, eh? Some 25,000 North Africans have arrived in Italy by sea since the start of the Arab Spring, these so-called paid-for Western-financed revolutions, and many then move on to France. Paris has accused Rome of abusing the Schengen Open Borders Treaty, which allows free movement of people between 25 countries in Europe by issuing travel documents to migrants fleeing North Africa. Some of the others in Paris are illegal immigrants who may pay people, smugglers, up to £1,000 a head to make the journey to Britain, where they can claim asylum or else disappear into the black economy. It may be our only hope, said Hamidi Triki, a 19-year-old Tunisian who travelled by boat to Italy and then by train. Many of us believe that France would offer us a future because we speak French and have family here, but the French do not want to help us. No, they only want your land. That's all. Don't worry about it. So there's the reality of the news. It's amazing, nothing changes in thousands of years. You always get the official history of how, ancient Rome and even the Greeks at one point were spreading their civilization across the world with bloody swords and all the rest of it. And then, of course, you get the real story that they're plundering everything around them for their cash and their resources and slaves and all the rest of it. Quite something, eh?